Hello, my name is Lucia Torchia-Thompson, and I am full-time faculty in the Social Science Division at Reading Area Community College in Reading, Pennsylvania. And my presentation is on Studio and how I use it as a communication tool with my students. My colleagues Mike Gregory and Steve Matthews tell us that there are some things that we do need to communicate with our students: due dates of assignments, class cancellations due to weather, or even their grades, to name a few. They also tell us that there are several communication tools within Canvas that help us to pass on these messages to our students. There's the Canvas inbox, there's the announcements section, and there are notifications that need to be turned on. But sometimes we need something different to communicate certain other information to our students in our courses. And in this case, Studio may help. I started to use Studio, like everybody else did, to add videos from textbook publishers or YouTube. And I added these to my course modules. Since that initial use for Studio, I've started to use it to answer student questions about how to navigate Canvas, for example, or how to access the discussion forum, or even how to submit a paper. But then I realized that maybe I could use it to explain concepts that were too long and too complicated to explain by mail or by email. I found that I could explain my expectations of an assignment, and soon I realized that I could give individualized, detailed explanations about how to start the assignment or how to find more information about the assignment that will help students to complete it. Additionally, I began to use Studio to review drafts of assignments with students who wanted to make sure that they were on the right track. I've even explored with them other resources that are on the internet that might help them with their work. Now, since online or hybrid, or even my more recent remote sections have students who may not always be available to Zoom with me, Studio seemed to be a good choice because it appeared as though I was live with them at their convenience, and they could return to the video to review the material that I discussed with them as many times as they needed. So Studio engaged my students as though we were talking in a face-to-face setting. I'd like to share with you some examples of how I use Studio to help my students. In the first example, I'm going to start with this very short video where I explain an assignment to a student.
Hi, Mary. I'm going to send you this little video to show you where the questions are for your annotated bibliography. The first thing you're going to do, this is your section of General Psych, so you're going to go to the home page and then click on the modules. You're going to scroll down to where you see the research paper annotated bibliography module and click on that. And then you'll see that there's a whole lot of other links here. I'd like you to go to where it says General Psychology Articles to be used for annotated bibliography. That's the third one down. So you click on that. And this tells you a little bit about the annotated bibliography and what it is. And you keep scrolling. And here are your questions. What is the topic of the article? Who should read the article? What are some examples of information provided that help you reach this conclusion? Does the article emphasize heredity or environment? Does the article rely on scientific findings, an expert's opinion, or a case study? How does this article fit into your chapter readings? And in a concluding statement, tell how the article advances your knowledge and understanding of psychology. Here it gives you a little bit more of an explanation of how you should be writing it. And then here are the articles. This is due first, and well, this is one of the articles, and then this is the other article that you would be writing for the annotated bibliography. So there's actually two articles, not just one. So you'll be reading this one and answering these questions, and then create your other annotated bibliography by reading this one and answering the same questions. Now I want to show you something else. I'm going to go back to modules, and here we're back at the module for the research paper annotated bibliography. And then here in the second link, it actually shows you how to put it together. So you're going to have a title page. Your second page will be the summary that's titled Annotated Bibliography. Then you'll have your reference. Your references are in the wrong format, so you're going to have to find the information but put it in the correct format. And you should follow the same idea that's here, but also another place where you can look is right here. You click on this link and it's going to take you to Purdue OWL, and it's going to show you how to do the references.
So you can see that not only do I show the student how to navigate through the assignment, but I'm able to go through the components of the assignment and actually explain to the student how it should be put together page by page. The next example is where I show you, or I show the student, how to navigate the publisher's material. I use two different sources depending on the publisher that I have for the textbook. This one happens to be Macmillan Learning, so I'm using their learning format, which is Launchpad. And I won't show you the whole video. I'll just go through and show you a little bit of it at the beginning, just so that you get a feel for what it is that I do. Hi, Danielle. I thought that I would give you a little video so that I could answer the question that you had about the Macmillan Launchpad. What you should do is go to the Macmillan Learning app, and you would click on it, and then this comes up, or something similar, and then you would go into Launchpad. And I know that it says you have no assignments due in the next 7 days because everything is due on May the 3rd. If you look down, everything is due on May the 3rd. I'm leaving the assignments open until the end of the semester so that my students can go ahead and do them at their own pace. But everything is in here, so what you should be working on now is Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 so that you can get ready for the test. What you would do is you would click on the title of the chapter, and then it opens up, and you notice that there are to do tabs in blue, and then there's extra credit tabs in yellow. Now, inside of these blue tabs, when you click on it, you'll see that there are also other extra credit tabs. And that's what I do with the publisher's material. Now, the next example that I have for you is reviewing a draft of the assignment with a student. This particular student didn't find the comments that I had made in her paper, so I went through and showed her some of the comments that I had made and how to find them. So this is reviewing basically the assignment with the student. And again, I won't show you the whole thing, I'll just show you bits and pieces of it. Hi, Caitlin. I just wanted to show you where the comments were in your paper. In a Word document, there is the tab at the top of the document that says Review. So you would click on, I would click on that, and I would type in the comments into that area. But what you should see, and here's your first page, what you should see as you scroll down is something that looks like this. It's a little dialog box. So in order to see the comments, you have to click on that dialog box. And once you click on it, I'm telling you here, this was Thursday that I did this, I'm telling you here that between self and esteem, you need a hyphen. Okay? And that stays there until you go to the next one. And again, self-sufficient, self-esteem, you need the hyphen. There's another one here. Let's see what I said here. Okay, now here I'm actually giving you some pretty solid directions. You have no citations. Whenever you make a statement and claim it as fact, you have to cite. And then I'm asking you this only because I wanted you to reflect upon what you were writing. Are all these ideas yours? Did you come up with all of these meanings of parenting? Did you experience all of these to the point that you didn't read any of this information, rather your experience makes it your own work? Now, I'm making an assumption that no, you didn't. However, maybe you did. And if you did, you have to actually cite that it is your experience that, whatever that is. But if you didn't have any of these experiences, and there you go, without belaboring the point, I go through and I explain to the student what it is that is expected in terms of the research paper. The last example that I have is reviewing outside sources that can help a student with an assignment. Now, we do annotated bibliographies in my general psych classes, so I show them. This one was pulled up from a different university, their writing center. They have this online, and I'm able to go in and actually show the student what needs to be done.
Hello, Elizabeth. Here is the video that you requested. Before I show you this, I want to show you where this information is located. If you go to the module where it has research paper, I'm going to actually be showing you this, the sample annotated bibliography, Ph.D. So you would click on that, and then the sample would come up. And there's also other videos in the module as well, how to create an APA style. There is how to write an annotated bibliography by Purdue OWL. So the information was all available to you here, but here is the video. Let's take a look here. You have your title page already done, so let's go on to the second page. You would type annotated bibliography at the center. That's the very first line of that second page. You start your reference. Now, the references need to be cited or need to be written in APA style.
And that's as far as I'll go, because I'm sure that all of us know how to do that. But it's very convenient for the student because they have the information right there, and they can go back and review it as many times as they need it, especially since I either copy and mail it to them in an email, or it's in the module itself. So these are just simple ways that I use Studio as a communication tool. I found that intrepid students become more confident in using Canvas, in approaching assignments, or in tackling a new subject matter when they have an anchor. The anchor that I offer them is Studio. So I give them that solid, tangible evidence of being able to put together their own assignment and actually do it. So they have that anchor to go to. This type of communication, though not synchronous e-learning per se, can increase student success by causing students to both see the information and hear the information simultaneously. If we hear the information and see the information, there's a greater chance that that piece of information will make its way into long-term memory, thus ensuring student success. They can do this at their convenience. There's no need for an appointment between the two of us to talk. I do the recording at any time. I put it up for them or I email it to them, and they can see it at their convenience. Not only do they gain more confidence in their work, but they also have the added security that that video is always there for them should they need to review the information in the video. I use Studio often, and I find it to be a great tool for me to help my students. The informal but very positive feedback from these students in past semesters, as well as this academic year, has been very encouraging to me. Because of the good results that I've had with Studio, I wanted to share with all of you how I use it and how I use it in my courses. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great rest of the day.